Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Hi, welcome to the review where you can actually see my face. So I just watched Pacific Rim and it was dumb. Seriously, I rolled my eyes like 50 times because the movie got too stupid. Pacific Rim Uprising, more like Pacific Rim up your ass. Let's start with the good things first, before I tear this movie apart into oblivion. So credit where credit is due. I feel like John Boyega is very well casted in this movie, and I feel like he is a very charming protagonist. It's him and Chris Pratt, who I think is gonna be like the next Hollywood leading man. They're young, they're hot, they got maximum charm, and let's just be honest, we is so tired of seeing Tom Cruise on screen, okay? Tom Cruise, let it go, okay? You're old. Okay, what else? Scott Eastwood is still very attractive. Goddamn. And what else? That can't be it, right? There must be something else. Never mind. I'll think about it. Pacific Rim Uprising is set 10 years after the first event, where the war with kaiju has ended and the world is concentrating its effort in rebuilding. But of course, movie got a movie, so kaiju is back, bitches! Do you remember Idris Elba from the first movie? Yeah, he played Staker Pentecost, who is basically the leader of the whole Jaeger program. He has an adopted daughter called Mori, who became a Jaeger pilot herself. Well, apparently, brother got another kid laying around in his man cave, I guess, and his kid, his actual kid, is Jake Pentecost, John Boyega. So John Boyega is supposedly like this really talented Jaeger pilot, but of course his dad is a great man, so naturally he has a daddy issue. So he was in this Jaeger pilot academy, but somewhere along the way he screwed up and he quit. He quit the academy, and so basically he party every day, every night, running illegal business and such. So yeah, a talented, fiery protagonist that has a daddy issue. We never heard that story before, right? So this movie has all the elements of the first movie. I even dare to say that they just literally took the mold of the first movie and altered the story. But the beat of this movie is almost exactly the same. Let's list it down, shall we? This movie has corny dialogues filled with things that you would put in a trailer.
This is our time. This is our chance to make a difference.
Badly written, badly timed jokes.
Okay, all right. If you're done groping me, let's take care of the drones, right?
Annoying comedy relief characters. The main protagonist's actual parents is dead. The main protagonist has a parental figure. Something horrible will happen to the protagonist's parental figure. The protagonist himself will be a parental figure or teacher for other characters. The main protagonist is hated and not respected by his colleagues, but then will gain respect by doing a dangerous, unresponsible, yet brave stunt that can kill everyone really, but you know, it works, so it's brave. Characters walking with the protagonist while announcing the Jaeger's name, along with their information, as if they're voicing in an audiobook about Jaeger. People running. You will never see this many people run this much, ever. 20-minute sequence of city being destroyed more than once. The main protagonist thinking that they will die sacrificing themselves for the greater good. But not really. No, not in this movie. The chemistry between all of the characters in this movie is so artificial. It's so forced. I think I don't give a shit about any of them. Do I? No, I don't. You know what? John Boyega is a great actor and he did the best that he could with the material given. But I don't like how the protagonist is written. He's very cocky. He cracks the lamest joke at the worst timing. And I'm like, is this supposed to be funny? Weird. You got Scott Eastwood as Lambert. His acting is okay, but their chemistry is just so forced. It's just not working. Plus, Scott Eastwood is so goddamn attractive! And it's not because I'm thirsty, okay? Don't you think he's very attractive is distracting? I can't take him seriously. Then you got this chick. She did nothing but to give exposition and be pretty. The scientist guy, he is what he is, an annoying comedy relief who gives exposition every now and then. You got two Asian ladies, the good Asian lady and the bad Asian lady. The good Asian lady is Mako. I really like Mako in the first movie. I think she is adorable. But in this movie, she's just a rice crackers. She's just so bland. The bad Asian ladies though, I like her better because she's hot and she's always angry all the time. And then you got Charlie Day from the first movie. I don't like Charlie Day. Okay, I think he's annoying.
And I knock on her door and I say, Carol! Carol, I gotta talk to you about Pepe. And when I open the door, what do I find? There's not a single goddamn desk in that office. There is no Carol in HR.
Okay, Charlie Day's funny. He is funny. I like Charlie Day. Damn it, movie, I can't believe you make me hate Charlie Day. Charlie Day is funny, but he has a very distinct style of comedy, and you just gotta be careful putting him in a movie, or else he's gonna just come off as annoying. Like in this movie. Oh my god, that hurts. He's genuinely a nice guy though. Anyway, I was still somehow okay with his existence in the first movie, but in this movie, without spoiling the story, he plays a substantially bigger role, and his Charlie Day-ness just took away any believability from his characters and from the story. Damn it, movie. You completely waste Charlie Day. By the way, so the mean Chinese lady is supposed to be Charlie Day's boss, right? So she's a bitch, he's a bumbling mess. Sound familiar?
Hi. The great thing is that I'm barely feeling any jet lag.
No, stop it.
What?
I can't believe they rip off Transformers. Who rips off Transformers? No one. Transformer rips off you, not the other way around. Before I watched this movie, I was weighing down my options, whether to watch this movie or Ready Player One. But then I decided to watch this movie because one, it has both lower critic and audience scores. So I was like, let's just watch this movie so I can shit on it more. Reason number two is because Ready Player One is based on a young adult novel, and we ain't about that kind of lifestyle, sis. We're just not. Movies based on young adult novels are yuck butts for me. It's personal preference, so don't kill me. So I was like, nope, I'm gonna watch Pacific Rim. But then, it turns out there are kids in this movie. The worst kind of kids, teenagers. There is a Jaeger Pilot Academy, and there's a bunch of kids, and I was like, skirt, what the hell are you doing here? And of course, as expected, these kids are fucking annoying. There was this scene where two of them are having like a bitch fight, and one of them said, "You don't belong here." I rolled my eye with a passion. Why is there children in this movie? Is this their attempt to reach their target demographic? You do know that you don't have to put kids in the movie to make kids want to watch this, right? The first movie doesn't have kids, and kids went and watched them anyway. Don't put kids, they get on my nerves. It's been 5 years since the first movie, and somehow the special effect got worse. I also don't care much both about the kaiju and the Jaeger. I think the kaiju design in this movie is very boring because they all look like Godzillas basically. I remember in the first movie they have some really fun kaijus. There was this one kaiju and it was so fat. It has like beer belly. It was basically the kaiju version of Barney. And you also have like this one kaiju who is basically a giant crab. It was really different and it was really fun to watch. There are some new and supposedly cooler Jaegers in this movie, but I just don't care about them. And I think it's because they don't really show the connection between the Jaeger and the pilot. So every time a Jaeger got ransacked, I was like, okay, next. There's always like new Jaeger popping out anyways. I was like, okay, so they're very easy to make now. There's only one Jaeger that I really like in this movie, and it's like this mini Jaeger called Scrapper. He was made by this kid in a junkyard, and that thing is a piece of shit, but it's a cute piece of shit. I mean, it's not like I expected Uprising to be like this cinematic genius or anything. I mean, come on. It's Pacific Rim. When Guillermo del Toro was hyping up for his Pacific Rim, he described that movie as a movie about giant effing monsters fighting giant effing robots. And it is. It's basically Ultraman. Did you watch that series as a kid? And it's not like the first Pacific Rim is perfect either. Oh god, no. Some of the dialogues were so bad, it was literally so hard to sit through.
Today we face the monsters that are at our door and bring the fight to them. Today we are canceling the apocalypse.
But it does have a lot of original ideas, so even though it is a silly movie, it is a memorable silly movie. I guess the reason why I was so disappointed with Uprising is because it's so shamelessly unoriginal. The story seems like it was stapled together from pieces of another movie. I listed all the movie tropes just now, and it feels like this movie is specially crafted to tick all those Hollywood boxes. There's absolutely nothing wrong if you enjoyed this movie. I'm really glad that you enjoyed it. But personally, every time I watch these kind of movies, I feel sad. It makes me sad to know that a movie was made to satisfy a number instead of to put something new to the table and challenging other creative minds to create original ideas. So we keep getting like the same type of movie. In Indo, we got this term begah. Begah, gue ngeliat film kayak gini terus, nontonnya juga begah. Cukup, saya nyerah. Saya pusing weh. Well, I guess that makes me a bitter bitch. But what's new? So, I really like to think that Pacific Rim doesn't sit in the same sandbox as those Transformer movies. But it does. But I'm still really sad, because I actually like the first one. When I was watching this movie, I drink Red Bull. Because I know, worst case scenario, they're gonna pull a Transformers on me. And I'm not gonna make it without some caffeine and sugar, okay? And they did. They transformed me. Damn it, movie! How is it that I was sitting down for 2 hours, but then it felt like I just ran a marathon? It's just so exhausting to watch. There's no room to breathe. It's pretty obvious that I don't like this movie, and I'm giving Pacific Rim up your ass a 5 out of 10. Time to move on to another movies. Thank you for watching this, and see you on the next one.